Welcome to another match preview show for the European Cricket Series. It's Vinny Sandu here, Mr. Maximo for the European Cricket Network, and this is a preview for Match 5 of the European Cricket Series, Cartaxo. It's the first game of Tuesday, the 22nd of September, between Amigos, CC, Ansião and Oeiras. This game will start at 7:30 a.m. GMT, which is 9:30 a.m. in Central Europe. It's 1 p.m. in India, and as always, you can catch the action right here on the European Cricket Network, whether that's through our website, ecn.cricket, or our YouTube channel, ECN European Cricket Network. And of course, in the Indian subcontinental area, you can catch it on Fancode. And just a reminder, if you don't already, why don't you follow us on social media? Because as I always say, there is so much happening in the world of European cricket. So why don't you follow us at European Cricket? You can follow me at Mr. Maximo as well, if you like. You can also download the European Cricket Network app in the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store. And that website, ecn.cricket, is a great place to go for all the fixtures, standings, and stats regarding our European Cricket Series. And we certainly have enjoyed the first day of action there in Portugal. So why don't we have a look at what's coming your way on Tuesday, the 22nd of September. You can see there's 4 matches like we have every day this week, Monday to Friday. So we have 15 preliminary matches in this tournament. The 6 teams will play each other once. Then we have finals Friday, where the top 4 teams will fight it out to lift the trophy there in Cartaxo, Portugal. Let's move along then to match 5. As I said, it is the first match of Tuesday. We have some likely lineups for you, starting with Amigos. They'll be led by Captain Chris Redhead, with Greg Bullock to be behind the stumps for them. While for Oeiras, Jitesh Kumar Balkrishna will be their captain, and behind the wickets will be Kuldeep Golia. So let's talk a bit about these 2 teams. Well, Amigos, they are the last team to feature in the ECS. They're the only team that didn't play in the first day of action, and they were meant to have Eddie Ballard playing for them this week, but due to COVID quarantine requirements, unfortunately, he will not be playing. Now, Eddie Ballard was the first ever ECS Centurion back in March, actually, in Spain. So it's unfortunate that he won't be with them, but they still have a number of good players. And interestingly, Andrew Dudfield becomes the oldest player to debut in an ECS match at 61 years of age. Oeiras, well, they played once on Monday and they smashed Alvalade 134 to 110. Some people would have called that an upset at the start of the day, but Alvalade, they've been a good team in Portugal this year, but they just didn't quite adapt to the format very quickly. Now, they had an improved performance in their 3rd match, but with only 2 matches to go, they have an uphill battle to get to the top end of the table. So why don't we go to Mr. Maximo's 11 to watch, and hopefully you find this information useful, particularly if you're participating in some Dream 11 cricket. And for Amigos, I have super highlighted Junaid Khan. Now, this guy will open the batting and the bowling, and he's been training very hard for this tournament. He's in great physical shape. Let's see if he can perform on the field as well as he's been performing off it. I think he's a real key to the Amigos Ansião performance. I've also highlighted some other players there for Amigos, including Hemant Koba. Now, he'll bat in the middle order, but he interests me with his bowling. He's a bit of an unknown quantity with the ball in hand, but he's been bowling very fast at training. So let's see if they are willing to throw the ball to him in a game situation. I've also got John Zinkas. Now, this guy will bat number 3, but with the ball, he can genuinely swing it. And I think that on the artificial surfaces, the ability to move the ball in the air is a very effective weapon. And finally, in my 11 to watch for Amigos, I've got Andrew Winter. Now, I actually expect him to open the batting for the Amigos, and he'll be keen to do some big hitting in the power play. It's just so important in this 10-over format. For Oeiras, I have super highlighted Conrad Greenshields. Now, we saw him open the batting in their first match. He scored 77 not out of only 31 balls, including 7 Maximos. And with the ball, he had a go too, but he had 2 very expensive overs. Hopefully, he can be a bit more effective if he does get a bowl, because I think that he has become a very dangerous player for Oeiras, and he's a big reason that they got over the top of the highly fancied Alvalade side in their first match. I've also highlighted for Oeiras their keeper, Kuldeep Golia, and we saw him open the batting with green shields. He scored 46 of 21 and really was the aggressor early in that partnership. I've got Krut Patel, who we actually saw open the bowling for them. I've got some all-rounders there, and this guy was amazing in their first match, Paolo Buchimatsa. He took 4 wickets for only 3 runs off his 2 overs of left-arm spin. He was a real weapon. I actually call him the weapon, Paolo. And so it's wonderful to see that kind of European talent on show in the ECS. I've also got Ranjit Narayan, who will probably bat 4, and he will bowl maybe first change with his off spin, or definitely in those middle overs. I've got Mohan Hussain, the left arm paceman, who will open the bowling for them. He can also provide some explosiveness down the order if required. And finally, I have a bowling option there in Salman Ahmed. Well, he was a bit expensive in his over in the first game, but he'll be keen to get things under control in their next match, that's for sure. Now, also have some shadow players, and often I get these requests to provide a bit more information. Now, these are players that I do think are particularly interesting. You might want to consider them for your fantasy team if you are playing some fantasy cricket. For the Amigos, I've got Raghu in there. Now, he's a very versatile player. I think he'll probably bat in the number 4 position, and he can provide some medium pace for them if required. I've got the 61-year-old Andrew Dudfield for Amigos Ansião. Now, they call him the Weatherman, and he's actually been their player of the year in the last couple of seasons. So he's a very accomplished cricketer. Don't be fooled by his age. He's got a steady head, and he's especially good under pressure. Now, whether or not he's suited to the T10 game remains to be seen, but I'm certainly interested to find out. And my final shadow player there is for Oeiras, and it's their captain, Jitesh Kumar Balkrishna. He will bat number 3, and we haven't really seen him have a bowl yet. I'll be interested to see if he does have a go in this match. Well, let's get to prediction time. And you'll have to excuse my voice because I'm a little bit hoarse after the weekend. Did a little bit of cheering on some games that I was watching and participating in, but it's certainly great to be back for a new week of ECS, and I certainly enjoyed the Monday games in Portugal. Also enjoyed the start of the Indian Premier League, of course, as well. And we know so many of our viewers are also watching the games there that are coming from the United Arab Emirates. So it's great that our fixturing has been adjusted, so you can kind of enjoy a lot of cricket during your day, and nothing stops me bringing Mr. Maximo's match preview show to you guys out there. And thanks so much for your support. If you do enjoy these videos, please leave a like and a comment. I'll get back to as many as I can. Now, yesterday, I did predict Alvalade to win, and they played terribly in their game against MCCV, but that just shows you what the European Cricket Series is all about. You can throw recent form out the window sometimes. Some teams just adapt better to others. Like we said, Alvalade, they just didn't really get with the program really until match 3, where they had an improved performance, but that just shows you how unpredictable this series is and why so many people around the world are enjoying the ECS, because you can always guarantee that you're going to get some entertainment. Now, in this match, I do fancy Oeiras to win the game. I think it'll be pretty telling that they've already played a game of T10 cricket, so they know what to expect and perhaps have already adjusted to the tactics. I think Amigos have their work cut out for them, if I'm honest, in this game, although I am very curious to see quite a few of their players. But I've put Oeiras to win. I put Conrad Greenshields to be their star player. I couldn't really choose anyone else when I saw him batting, and those 6 Maximos on that ground in Portugal certainly set the scene for quite a big total, one that they were able to defend. But anything can happen, as always, so please be responsible when using my prediction. We just provided to you, so hopefully you know who to follow and perhaps what is the expectation of this match. So we hope you keep enjoying everything coming your way on the European Cricket Series. I'm certainly enjoying bringing these to you as usual. Just a final reminder to follow us on social media if you don't already. But for now, this is Mr. Maximo, Vinny Sandhu for the European Cricket Network saying enjoy the games. We'll see you next time on European Cricket.